No, I'd kill another person because I've hated humans for a long time.
What drives someone to commit the unthinkable? Throughout history, women have often been seen as nurturers, caregivers, and protectors.
I considered her to be very dangerous.
She's been digging a lot of holes.
We found 7 bodies now.
But what happens when that image is shattered by darkness and depravity?
And I said, there's no way I'm going through another murder again, no way.
These women didn't just break the mold, they destroyed it. From calculated poisonings to chilling murder sprees, their crimes stunned the world and left an indelible mark on history. Get ready as we dive into the twisted minds and horrifying deeds of the most notorious female serial killers explained. Part 1.
I robbed him and I killed him as cold as ice. And I'd do it again too. And I know I'd kill another person because I've hated humans for a long time.
What transforms a woman into one of America's most infamous serial killers? Aileen Wuornos' story is as haunting as it is tragic. Born on February 29, 1956 in Rochester, Michigan, her childhood was marked by abandonment and abuse. By her teens, she turned to prostitution, drifting along Florida's highways as a sex worker. But between 1989 and 1990, her life took a deadly turn. Wuornos confessed to killing 7 men who had picked her up, claiming they attacked her first. However, she was only convicted of 6 murders. Her 7th victim, Peter Abraham Seams, was never proven due to the lack of evidence after his body was never found. Her victims were shot and left in wooded areas. She maintained her murders were in self-defense, a narrative that fueled national debate. Some viewed her as a victim of male aggression. Others saw her as a cold-blooded killer.
And so I need to come clean. I need to tell the world that there is no self-defense in my cases.
Convicted in 1992, Wuornos received 6 death sentences. After a decade on death row, she was executed on October 9, 2002. Her story, immortalized in the Oscar-winning film Monster, forces us to confront a grim reality. Was Aileen Wuornos a victim, a villain, or both?
You can believe it or you don't have to believe it. That's up to you, man. Put a big question mark on your film.
She's been digging a lot of holes.
We found 7 bodies now.
What kind of person offers sanctuary to the vulnerable, only to turn their lives into a deadly game of deceit? That's the chilling story of Dorothea Puente, Sacramento's infamous killer landlady. Born on January 9, 1929, Puente's life began in hardship, marked by abuse and instability. By the 1980s, she ran a boarding house, welcoming the elderly and disabled. But beneath her caring facade, Puente had a deadly plan. She poisoned her tenants with prescription drugs and cashed their Social Security checks. In 1988, a missing persons investigation led police to her yard, where 7 bodies were unearthed. Another victim, Everson Gilmouth, was discovered in a wooden box along the Sacramento River. Puente was charged with 9 murders, though she was convicted of 3, with the jury deadlocked on 6 others.
Dorothea Montalvo Puente did commit multiple murders, to wit, at least 1 crime of murder of the 1st degree and 1 or more crimes of murder of the 1st or 2nd degree to be true.
Sentenced to 2 life terms without parole, Puente died in 2011 at age 82. Her story remains a haunting reminder of how trust can be twisted into terror. What lies beneath the polite smiles of an elderly neighbor? In Russia, that question took a macabre turn with Tamara Samsonova, nicknamed the Granny Ripper. In 2015, this 68-year-old pensioner shocked the world when her gruesome double life was uncovered. It began with the disappearance of her 79-year-old friend, Valentina Ulanova. When Ulanova's dismembered body was found in plastic bags near Samsonova's Street, Petersburg home, suspicion quickly turned to her. Surveillance footage showed Samsonova casually discarding the bags. Inside her apartment, police discovered a horror scene, blood-stained walls, and a diary detailing other killings. Samsonova admitted to drugging her victims with sleeping pills before hacking them apart, a chilling routine she may have practiced for over 2 decades. Rumors of cannibalism swirled, though never proven, and her motives remain a mystery. Now housed in a psychiatric institution, Samsonova's case haunts Russia as a chilling reminder that evil can lurk behind even the most unassuming faces. What drives a woman to kill with such cold precision and vanish without a trace?
It's not to celebrate her, but to mark where one of the worst female mass murders in the world was born.
Belle Gunness, born in Norway in 1859, left her homeland for America in 1881. Settling in the Midwest, she built a life of charm, deceit, and murder. Belle's crimes were as calculated as they were brutal. She poisoned her victims to weaken them, often following with blunt force trauma or a meat cleaver. After killing her suitors, she dismembered their bodies and buried them in her Indiana farmyard. But she didn't stop there. Her own children became victims, likely poisoned for insurance payouts. In April 1908, her farmhouse burned to the ground. Among the ruins lay a headless female body, presumed to be Belle.
At that time, they thought it was Belle dead in the fire.
Until evidence emerged that she had staged her death. Her handyman, Ray Lamphere, confessed before his death that Belle had withdrawn her savings, planned the fire, and disappeared. Authorities uncovered 14 bodies on her property, but estimates suggest Belle may have killed up to 40 people. Despite nationwide searches, she was never caught, her fate shrouded in mystery. Was the headless body in the ashes truly hers, or did Hell's Belle escape justice forever? What happens when love becomes a pact for murder? Karla Homolka's story is a chilling tale of betrayal, manipulation, and one of Canada's most infamous cases.
I considered her to be very dangerous. The fact that she had been acting under duress in relation to what she admitted she did.
In the early 1990s, Homolka and her husband, Paul Bernardo, already known as the Scarborough Rapist for a string of brutal assaults, committed heinous crimes that shocked the nation. Their victims included Leslie Mahaffey, Kristen French, and even Homolka's own sister, Tammy. The couple drugged, raped, and murdered these young girls, videotaping their acts in gruesome detail. Tammy's death was initially ruled accidental, but it was later revealed to be part of the couple's horrifying crimes. Homolka claimed she was a battered wife, forced to participate, but videotapes found after her plea deal painted a different story. This deal with the devil, as it was called, gave Homolka a 12-year sentence for manslaughter in exchange for testifying against Bernardo, sparking national outrage. Bernardo, meanwhile, was sentenced to life as a dangerous offender, ensuring he will never walk free. Released in 2005, Homolka quietly rebuilt her life.
He was already talking about going out and doing it again. And I said, there's no way I'm going through another murder again, no way.
Even marrying and starting a family. But her legacy remains a haunting reminder of justice gone wrong and the true face of evil. These women showed us that evil knows no boundaries, defying every expectation society held for them. Their stories are chilling reminders of humanity's capacity for darkness. But what do you think? Were their crimes born of desperation, power, or something far more sinister? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most chilling true crime stories. Until next time, stay safe, and remember, the truth can be stranger than fiction.